Oklahoma with a big win at the O. What a win. And that when Baker Mayfield planted that flag, that was epic. But I'm not sure if Oklahoma will be a playoff team. Personally, I do think right now after the big win that they have a chance. But I do not think it's time to overreact personally, because at first I did overreact. I was like, "Oh, they're gonna make the playoff. They're gonna be good." Then I went back and looked at their schedule. Texas Tech is always a tough team. West Virginia is gonna give them competition. Texas will give them competition. Iowa State was pushing Iowa last week. You got high flying Baylor. You got high flying teams in the Big Ten. So I think if Oklahoma loses their focus, or if they lose it, or if they go like Kirk Herbstreit was talking about this on TV, you have to keep the same edge every week and play well every week. You cannot just be like, "Oh, we won Ohio State," and then if you lose that intensity and fire, that's it. Oklahoma's done. But I think Oklahoma has a chance to keep it. But these teams, like the way they're, after you win a big game, your mentality is that you're great, and then you just sort of don't prepare well for the next one, and then you lose. So I think it's important for Oklahoma to not lose sight of what's important, Try to get up there, get some dubs, But I do think this is a big win for their resume, but I do not think it is the win for their resume. I think they still need to go into the Big Ten, like I said earlier, get those big wins. I don't think it's a time to overreact. I think it's a time for Oklahoma to sort of just reflect. Be like, okay, this is why we won this game. Let's go back and try to do the same things and see if we can win again type of situation for them. Don't think it's a type of situation where they're like, "Oh, we won, hoorah," and start like automatically over celebrating and then lose focus and intensity. I do think Baker Mayfield will once again be a Heisman contender. I do think he will finish in the top 4. I do not think he will win. I said at the beginning, I said Sam Darnold. So yeah, I don't think Oklahoma needs to overreact to this win, because I don't know how, how this Big Ten's competition is going to pan out, right? Because at first, not Big Ten, Big 12. Wow, I've been saying Big Ten the whole time, right? I meant to say Big 12. Because the teams are tricky, the way they play and their styles, they're all tricky. So you have to come with like a certain type of fire and intensity when you play these teams. Because you can't take a West Virginia or a Texas Tech for granted. They play great. They're well coached as well. See, this is the problem in college football. Why there are different teams every year. These are young guys, young kids. The grain changes every year. Sometimes you graduate, or you go to the NFL, or you get a big contract, or you do something. The grain is always going to keep changing. So when the grain changes, you have to change with it. I feel like Oklahoma's had troubles doing that. Maybe it's Bob Stoops. Maybe because they've had an older coach. Maybe it's tougher for them. Maybe now it'll be easier. Or maybe we're just overreacting. Maybe they do need Bob Stoops. Maybe they go on to lose 5 more games. That's what's unpredictable. College football, you have to bring it every week. In the NFL, one week you don't have it, the next you can just come back and cream the team, right? Like Tom Brady and the Patriots, for example. They went 0-1. It's not the end of the world. But if you lose 1-2 games in college football, it's the end of the world. You won't be able to make the playoff. Be a lot of conversations going on. Like, see, last year, Penn State lost to Pitt and Michigan, and that's why they didn't get in, even though they had that Ohio State miracle run-back, kickback last year. I still think they're going to beat Ohio State this year after this performance. And, the way they've just been playing overall, they almost beat USC. USC is a playoff team. USC looks crazy good this year. Just beating Stanford. I mean, they looked bad last week, but this week they got it done. I mean, I don't know. See, because I feel like with how Oklahoma's been playing lately, they could get it. They've won 12 straight. Haven't lost since the Ohio State lost. Sorry. I mean, that's what even sparked their whole run. And then they went to the bowl game and played Auburn, where they lost. I think it was the Sugar Bowl. No, they beat Auburn. They creamed Auburn. What? Yeah, they creamed Auburn. Auburn's always, crazy that they even got in the Sugar Bowl. They gotta do BCS Bowl. Gus Malzahn doing a good job down there in Auburn. But yeah, I don't think it's time to overreact about Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma, they will be in the conversation for a couple of weeks. They do play these tough teams. If they do beat some of the tougher teams, they will get into the playoff if they go undefeated and win the Big 12. But I don't know. If they lose 1 or 2 games, especially with how competitive it is, like last year they left out Penn State and they won. So, honestly, you never know. The grain could change, people could change, they could stop doing this and that. So, we'll see. We'll see what the committee does. We'll see how they play. And we'll see how this whole thing plays out. Yeah. But right now, don't think it's a time to overreact.